friends, Andrew back again, and welcome to another video. And I'm back at you with another top 10 list. Yes, it has been a while, but I'm finally back with another one, and today was kind of a spur of the moment idea. I think it's a pretty cool idea, and of course it is my top 10 rare and out of print horror editions. Now I'm also planning to do a similar video for my non-horror stuff, but for today we're going to be focusing on the horror side of rare and out of print movie editions. Now this wasn't exactly an easy list to do, and I do have a couple of honourable mentions which we'll get to in a second. But before I get into the meat and potatoes of the video and show you guys the editions I've chosen, I just want to clarify one thing. Now, the editions that I'm about to show, they're rare and out of print. That does not mean that they are impossible to get. Rare and out of print simply means that you are probably going to be highly unlikely to next to not being able to pick any of these editions up brand new in retail stores and online. You can probably pick up most of these second hand, like on eBay and stuff like that, but when it comes to finding these editions easily brand new, it's pretty much impossible. So just wanted to quickly clear that up. And moving on to the honourable mentions now. So this list was kind of difficult for me to do. I own a lot of horror movies and quite a few of them are rare and out of print. So I wanted to quickly mention two films, so we'll show those first. And the first one here for honourable mention is the 2-disc digipack Anchor Bay Divimax edition of Day of the Dead. Out of all the Day of the Dead releases, this is one of my favourites for sure, especially in terms of the artwork and packaging. This is a digi-style flip-out case with 2 discs, and it also comes with a journal, which is awesome. Now this one didn't make the list simply because this movie is fairly readily available in a ton of other editions, so that's pretty much the main reason it didn't make the official top 10, but still deserved an honourable mention. And the next honourable mention goes to a Blu-ray, again, that has another release that can be picked up easily, and that is Cujo. Now this is the 25th anniversary Lionsgate Blu-ray, and I got lazy with this. It was never an expensive Blu-ray. It was on my Amazon wishlist for ages, and I just keep forgetting about it. Would you know it, when I was finally ready to pick it up, it was out of print. And I'd been sourcing a copy for a while, and I finally tracked one down, which was awesome. I could have just picked up the Olive Films release, but I hate the artwork on that, and I love the artwork on this Lionsgate release. If you're not bothered about artwork though, the Olive release would be the easier one to get, and from what I know, both discs are pretty much identical. But yeah, definitely wanted to quickly mention this one. Alright, now let's move on to the official top 10. So like all my lists, I'm going to start at number 10 and work my way down to number 1. So sitting at number 10 goes to a box set, and that is the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 limited edition gift set. This is one of my favourite box sets actually. I got lucky, I picked this one up a while back, brand new for $20. One of my local stores restocked this briefly again, and I managed to pick up a copy. They only had one left in stock, so very happy with that. I haven't bothered opening it because I already own the movies individually, so there's really no point. This one comes with quite a few goodies actually. It comes with the Sideshow collectible Stay Puft Marshmallow Man figure. It also comes with the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 DVD. It comes with a little container of green slime, and it also comes with some postcards as well. So pretty nice set, the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 limited gift set. Sitting at number 9 goes to one of my favourite horror movies of all time, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now why this is so high on the list is because this movie is readily available in other editions, but I still felt this particular release was worthy of a top 10 spot. Now this is one of the many Umbrella Entertainment releases. This was one of their earlier releases for the movie I believe, and it is out of print. This particular release is pretty hard to come by now, and I got lucky with this one and found it brand new actually online, so very, very lucky. This is a great release. It comes in a steel case, and the DVD packaging itself is like a mincemeat tray. Now it's not the squishy one like the US edition, but still it looks really, really nice, and it's definitely an edition I'm glad to own. So that sits at number 9. Sitting at number 8 goes to the Lionsgate Blu-ray of The Monster Squad. And this was one of my earlier pickups in terms of horror Blu-rays, and the movie's awesome. I love it. And this particular edition has been long out of print. There is a re-release from Olive Films, I believe, but I haven't bothered picking that one up because the special features are really lacking on that disc. I've heard the picture quality is good, but the special features are really missing. So this is definitely a release I'm happy to own. This has been out of print for a while. Another rare Lionsgate Blu-ray. So if you can track down this copy, it's pretty much the best Blu-ray of the two of them, like this one and the Olive Films one. So I definitely recommend it, and as I said, the movie's awesome. So that sits at number 8. Sitting at number 7 goes to a slasher film, and that is Madman. This definitely had to make the list, no questions asked. And this one's had a pretty interesting DVD life. There were 2 editions of this movie, this one from Code Red, and then I believe Anchor Bay, I'm pretty sure it was Anchor Bay, put out another one as well. But this one has always been fairly hard to come by, even when it was in print. So very happy to own it. It's always been kind of on the pricier side of DVDs. I think I picked this one up for $20, and I'd kind of been eyeing it off for almost a year, I think, on eBay, and the price never seemed to drop. I was so glad I picked it up when I did, because a few months after that it went out of print. So very, very lucky. Madman is a pretty solid and fun slasher movie from the 80s, and definitely a DVD I'm happy to have in the collection. Sitting at number 6 is a Blu-ray edition I've mentioned several times before, and it is the Arrow Video Blu-ray for Dawn of the Dead. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the story behind this release by now. One of Arrow's original releases, and it is long out of print. But what makes this release even more special now is Arrow recently lost the rights to this movie, which is very unfortunate. This one fetches extremely high prices online. We're talking upwards of $100 to $150. There's one on eBay Australia right now for $150. So very, very rare. And if you can track down a copy of this, I highly recommend it. There's plenty of other fantastic Blu-ray editions for this movie, so it's not a hard movie to track down in general, but this particular edition is, so definitely had to include the Arrow Blu-ray of Dawn of the Dead. Okay, so now we're down to the official top 5, and sitting at number 5 goes to another box set, and it's the Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit. Now there's 2 sets of this actually. There's this one, and then there's the Red Cross set, which I believe is the rarer of the 2. I got really lucky with this, and I picked it up for $10 in a bulk bundle horror lot when I was first starting horror collecting. I had no idea the rarity of this set until after I picked it up, so it was pretty awesome. This is a really fun series. I like the Sleepaway Camp films, especially the first one, and yes, I do need to get around to picking up the Scream Factory Blu-ray. However, this is one box set I'll never get rid of. It's a very nice set, and I'm extremely glad to own this one in the collection, so that sits at number 5. Number 4 goes to another Lionsgate Blu-ray. Man, that company seems to have a lot of horror Blu-rays that are fairly rare and out of print now. But this one goes to my favourite 80s slasher of all time, and that is the special edition of My Bloody Valentine. This is very, very rare now. I picked it up fairly early on after it came out, so it was easily accessible when I first picked it up. Then it went out of print for a while, and then I think it came back in circulation for a very short time, but now it is definitely out of print again. I think you can pick up the special edition DVD fairly easily, but in terms of this Blu-ray, it's extremely rare. This pretty much is the best edition of the movie in my opinion. It has the movie fully uncut, and the Blu-ray looks really, really good, and this movie is excellent. I absolutely love it. So number 4 is the special edition Blu-ray from Lionsgate of My Bloody Valentine. And sitting at number 3, and the last for the Blu-rays for this video, and yes, surprise surprise, it's another Lionsgate title. This is probably one of the rarest horror Blu-rays going around at the moment. It's very sought after, and that is Dead Alive. I picked this one up a while back when it was easily available, and it's never been an expensive Blu-ray, but since it has gone out of print, it's skyrocketed in price. You can probably pick up copies of this secondhand online relatively easy. I haven't really looked into it, but for a brand new copy, it's pretty much non-existent. I'm very, very happy to own this. There is some good news around this movie in Blu-ray. I believe, from what I've heard and read, this is actually getting a Blu-ray release over here in Australia in the next few months. So if that's true, and if it does, I'll definitely be picking up that release. But for now, I'm very happy to have the US Blu-ray of Dead Alive. And sitting at number 2 goes to Bad Taste. Now, I've talked about this movie several times before. I'm sure everyone is well familiar that this is my favourite Peter Jackson film of all time, and I really wish that he would come back and either do a sequel to this, which is probably not going to happen, but at least I really wish that he'd come back and make some sort of movie similar to this again. Anyway, enough on that, let's talk about this edition. So this is the 2-disc Digipack edition with the lenticular cover. The cover's great. I've always been a big fan of the various cover arts for Bad Taste. They all seem to revolve around Lord Crumb giving the finger, which is awesome. This is really nice in terms of packaging. It's a 2-disc set, and just the artwork and images inside, just really, really gory. Absolutely love it. It also comes with a booklet as well. So very happy to own this film, and this particular edition of it is probably the best going around at the moment, I would say. So if you can track it down, I definitely recommend picking up this release. I really wish, however, that this movie would hurry up and get released on Blu-ray. But anyway, this particular edition of Bad Taste, the 2-disc Anchor Bay release, sits at number 2. Alright, and now we're finally down to my number 1 spot, and I'm sure a lot of you have been wondering this entire video if I am going to show any of my Halloween editions. And yes, I am. And just going through that particular side of my collection, I thought that this was the rarer item that I had, especially for a box set. And that is the Halloween triple box. This is long out of print, and out of everything I own box set wise for Halloween, especially from Australia, I kind of wanted to keep this particular thing Australian related. This is probably the rarest set or edition I own. Now, I could have mentioned the Halloween 1 to 5 set, but I have seen that quite a few times on eBay, and I've only actually come across this box set once, and obviously it was the time I picked it up. So in terms of rarity, it's definitely probably the rarest Australian item for Halloween in terms of movie releases. And it's a pretty simplistic box set, but it works really well. Great artwork all round, and this is the first 3 movies obviously, so Halloween 1, 2 and then Season of the Witch. So very happy to own this release, and it's well worthy of my number 1 spot. Alright, so that does it for my top 10 rare and out of print horror movie editions. Definitely let me know what you think of my picks. I would love some video responses, because I know there's a ton of other rare and out of print stuff around, so if you feel like uploading a video response, that would be awesome. Or if not, definitely let me know what some of your favourite rare and out of print horror editions are. As I said, I will be doing another video, same themed video, but for my non-horror movies. So that will probably be up within the next week or two. So any of these films that I've shown, obviously I highly recommend picking them up if you can find them for a good price. If you're really wanting to get into rare and out of print collecting, anything from Lionsgate, especially Blu-ray wise, and Anchor Bay are probably the two main companies that I would suggest looking out for. They've got a lot of awesome out of print editions. So yeah, I'm going to finish off the video now, so I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks a lot for watching.